Conduct competency assessment. Establish the context and purpose of assessment. The assessor must familiarize self with the qualification or unit of competencies to be assessed. Ensure that the assessment site complies with the relevant occupational health and safety requirements. Ensure that assessment resources are available. The assessor must ensure that the tools, equipment, and facilities are ready and available in the assessment site before the assessment starts. A checklist of tools, equipment, and facilities must be on hand to help the assessor monitor the availability and completeness of the tools, equipment, and facilities. The checklist of tools, equipment, and facilities are included in the assessor's guide. The assessor shall receive assessment package composed of the following: 1 copy of assessor's guide, specific instruction to the candidate, competency assessment results summary, written report, written test, answer sheets, and rating sheets. Prepare the candidate. The assessor shall introduce herself.
Good morning, everybody. My name is ALFER YECYEC, and I am an accredited competency assessor for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2.
Acknowledge the presence of the processing officer, assessment center manager, and the TESDA representative.
So, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Amorashan, our processing officer, and Ms. Amalia Valle, our assessment center manager, and Mr. Arthur Peredo, our representative from TESDA Provincial Office. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. So, you do not have to worry about their presence. They are here to oversee the conduct of competency assessment and to check if the conduct of assessment is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedures. They will not assess you.
Check attendance and identify of candidate and collect the admission slips.
Before I start, please present to me your admission slip. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The assessor must instruct the candidates to sign on the attendance sheet.
As I call your name, please acknowledge by raising your hand and sign the attendance sheet. Mr. Nico de Granada. Miss KAYLA BEATRICE VILLEGAS. Please sign the attendance sheet.
Present to the candidates an accomplishment application form with self-assessment guide.
So, I have here with me your accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. So, this is an indication that you know and can perform all the units of competency enumerated for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2.
Conduct orientation to the candidates. The assessor must explain the context and purpose of the assessment. The competency assessor gives the review of the qualification to be assessed.
So I would like to welcome everyone to our Center for Assessment for Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing NC2. The purpose of this assessment is to determine the level of your competency.
Qualification or units of competency to be assessed.
Today, I am going to administer competency assessment for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2. The qualification for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2 are composed of basic, common, and core competencies. For our core competencies, we do have assemble electronic products. Number 2, service consumer electronic products and systems. And number 3 is service industrial electronic modules, products, and systems.
Tasks to be performed and the evidence to be collected.
The different tasks to be performed for our electronic products assembly and servicing NC2 assessment are the following: assemble and deassemble DVD power supply, microwave oven parts and troubleshooting, LED TV parts and troubleshooting, and CCTV installation. So we will collect evidences through demonstration, oral questioning, and written test.
Assessment procedures to be undertaken.
To determine your knowledge, skills for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2, the assessment method we will use is oral questioning, demonstration, and written test. These assessment methods can help to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills.
The needs of the candidates to be considered during the assessment.
For your personal needs, the lavatory is located at the end of the hallway, and you can also take your meal at our canteen located at the lobby. However, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center.
Allowable or reasonable adjustments when applicable.
If you have difficulty in understanding the given instruction, please do not hesitate to inform me, because we are willing to translate it for you. Also, during the written examination, if you have dilemma in writing down your answers, don't be shy, because we can accept your answers verbally.
Do's and don'ts during the assessment.
If you have any concerns, questions, or there is a need to clarify matter concerning the assessment, you may raise your hands, because I am more than willing to assist you. But once the assessment has started, please refrain from asking questions. It is no longer allowed. In the same token, during the assessment, if you have physical or any form of difficulties, do not hesitate to call my attention so that we can address it immediately.
Rights and appeal system.
In case you have any questions regarding the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to the TESTA Provincial Office, where the assessment center and the assessor are accredited.
Issuance of National Certificate or Certificate of Competency.
For the issuance of National Certificate, the assessment center managers shall inform you where you can claim your national certificate within 5 working days after the assessment.
Reassessment procedures.
After the assessment and you are found to be not yet competent, don't worry about it, because you can be reassessed anytime at your own convenience. In case the reassessment is full of qualification, we have to undergo the whole assessment process. If you are found to be competent in some unit of competencies, the reassessment shall focus in the unit of competencies where you found to be not yet competent. Also, if you failed two consecutive assessments, you will be advised to undergo a refresher course before reapplying or reassessment.
Occupational safety and health requirements.
During the assessment, please observe safety as you perform on different tasks. Make sure to check on your electrical equipment before plugging it. Avoid pulling the cord as you unplug the equipment. Observe proper body mechanics when lifting heavy equipment to avoid back injuries. In case of accident, please call my attention immediately so that we can provide you with first aid, and should you need a rise, our first aid cabinet is located at the right of the workshop.
Confidentiality of assessment outcomes.
With regards with the result of your assessment, we observe strict confidentiality. This is to ensure your integrity. The results only made available to the authorized personnel and to the institution where you had your actual training. In relation to this, the assessment package is kept in a secured place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. May I ask all the candidates to refrain from giving away any form of information that took place during the assessment process.
Provide each candidate a copy of the specific instruction to the candidates.
So if you don't have any questions or clarifications, then I'm going to distribute the specific instructions. Please read them carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions right now. And maybe I will translate it from English to your local dialect. If you need assistance, then I will be more than willing to assist you.
Assign a number to the candidates.
I will give you your assigned number. Here's for you, ma'am. Here's for you, sir.
Administer the assessment.
Candidate number 1, please go to the assessment room. Candidate number 1, this is our assessment area where you are going to perform assemble and deassemble DVD power supply. Using the materials, tools, and equipment, you are required to perform the tasks within 2 hours. I will be observing you while you are performing the tasks. After your demonstration, I will ask you some questions related to your demonstration. You may call me when there is a need for me to translate or explain items for clarification. After the question portion, I will give you feedback about your performance. Do you have any questions or clarifications?
Ma'am, I do not have further questions and clarifications.
If there are no more questions, then you may start now.
After the demonstration, the candidate will be asked a series of questions based on his or her performance during the assemble and disassemble DVD power supply for the oral questioning. The candidate number 1, Nico de Granada, was able to answer all the questions asked by the assessor. The candidate number 2, KAYLA VILLEGAS, was also able to answer the questions, though some of her answers are incorrect. Record on rating sheets detail of evidence collected and judgment made out the candidate's performance. Provide feedback on the assessment. The assessor must provide candidate about the outcomes of the assessment process.
Please sit down, candidate number 1. So how do you feel about the assessment?
Ma'am, I am confident that I was able to perform well during the demonstration, even if I have a hard time with the written test and oral questioning. Summarize the performance of the candidate during the whole assessment process.
My observation coincide with your opinion. You are competent in performing the different skills for electronic products assembly and servicing NC2. However, I have noticed that you are not confident in answering the questions during the oral questioning. Nevertheless, you have able to answer all questions correctly, and results of the written test showed that you are knowledgeable enough about electronic products assembly and servicing NC2. In this manner, I would like to congratulate you for a job well done. I found out that you are already competent. Please sign the competency assessment results summary. For the issuance of national certificate, the AC manager shall inform you where to claim your national certificate after 5 working days. In this regard, I would like to say congratulations.
Recommended feedback for not yet competent.
Please sit down. What will you do if you will ask to demonstrate to assemble and deassemble DVD power supply again?
I will try my best to control my fears and focus on the task being asked.
So what have you learned from this session?
I have learned that I should review on the knowledge and skills for me to become confident. And also, I will change my negative attitude towards learning, and I will try to focus and practice.
Is KAYLA Villegas, you have able to answer some questions from the written test. Actually, you are good at it. However, you have not able to place back the original placement of components in the DVD power supply. Based on the result of my observation during demonstration, the outcome of the assessment is that you are not yet competent. However, you can be reassessed anytime at your convenience. If you have doubts about the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to TESDA Provincial Office where the assessment center and assessor are accredited. Well, would you please sign the competency assessment result summary? Do you have questions, Ms. Villegas?
I don't have further questions.
Thank you very much.
Record and report the result. The assessor shall record the assessment outcome. Ensure rating sheets are signed by the candidate after providing feedback. Accomplish the competency assessment results summary. Submit to Assessment Center Manager assessment reports. The Assessment Center Manager will give the documents to the processing officer. To accomplish the Registry of Workers assessed and certified. Sign Registry of Workers assessed and certified. After accomplishing the Registry of Workers assessed and certified, the processing officer will ask the assessor and assessment center manager to sign before passing it on together with the other documents to the TESDA representative. The TESDA representative will then deliver the documents to the designated TESDA office.